Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setups for today. So I see some of you missed me yesterday. Sorry about that, but we live in South Africa where we have up to 11 hours a day of load shedding, which means no electricity. And I wasn't quite prepared yesterday because we had some cable theft during the night. So anyway, we're back today. Nothing really happened yesterday. We did get a bit of a drop early in the session, but the chaos continues. So I think for me right now on the DAX is that trend line there is very much been defended through the week. And if I add another trend line on this side up and one down and one up, it gives me a massive diamond consolidation. The only part that I'm really interested in from a diamond consolidation is the triangle, which is there. And that what happened in the past is a different scenario. This is a triangle. Even if I draw those two levels in, stays a triangle for me, and there is either a break to the upside or there is a break to the downside. And the other thing that I typically do with this is just, sorry, not that one. It's basically just draw in the top of the range. Just extend it a bit. Bottom of the range. That's what's been going on for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks now. So nothing really to read into it. We cannot get above 1600 at the moment, and we can't drop below 15729. So that's the big story. If we just look at the weekly, it's very important to pay attention to the weekly. Look at all these buyers coming in here. Oscillators are indicating extreme overbought. We've still got buyers coming in here. We're still trying to prop this up. And what it's left us with is 3 hanging men, and we are busy with another one here. So if this weekly bar closes down here, that's going to potentially validate those hanging men for a break to the downside. So your bulls and bears are playing a massive tug of war at the moment, and unfortunately we are caught up in it. Anyway, so from an 8-hour perspective, pretty much nothing really going on. We do have a higher low here. We've got the oscillators looking like they want to cross over and point to the upside, but we are in a consolidation triangle, and normally what happens is we just keep doing this until it gets tighter and tighter and tighter, until there's some catalyst that explodes us out of that holding pattern. So 3-hour tells a major story. Above and below the moving averages all month, basically for the last 4 weeks. We've just been dropping below, moving above, dropping below. At the moment we are in amongst the moving averages. We have a grouping to the downside, so this does look like another move to the upside that is brewing, and probably a rejection again off this trend line somewhere. I'm still of the opinion, which I have been for the last couple of weeks, is to be very cautious. And if we start dropping down to the hour, what we're looking for here is rejection, and I'm looking for a revisit down to the bottom. So where is that going to happen off? Obviously we need to find the closest area of structure, and it looks like that is brewing at the moment. So let's just put the next one in as well. So we've got to cross over the moving averages. They are pointing down kind of. We've got the oscillators heading to the upside and separating, so that is my very structured brewing. Strong move down, and this looks like a bit of a flag or a channel that is brewing. You can bring your Fibonacci into play here as well. So from the top there to the top there, you'll probably find, let's just do it, I'll delete it now, but you'll probably find it's at 61.8. There's 61.8, just a little bit higher. I don't see much structure there on that level, so that zone is what's in play. We are at the 50% Fibonacci, which is why you're seeing a bit of selling happening here. So let's just drop down to 15 minutes, and you can see pin bar off this level after hours trading, so I'm not going to pay attention to that. So it's 15,886 or even 15,900. That is the area that we want to be looking for a rejection. Problem with that at the moment, to be honest with you, is strong move down, but if you look at this part of the move, it's not that strong. It's kind of all over the place. and then this was kind of the US markets, big move down, big move up. So yesterday there was no real, I suppose there was an opportunity. If I look at this here, I'd have to fine tune that one there. So there is my swing low. So the minute we move down past it here, that set up a move to this swing low, and it also set up a move to that swing low there. And there you can see is your pin bar. So there, big pin bar, fairly decent entry there, 37 points for a move to the downside, which is 100 points. So 3-to-1 trade set up there. For today, pay attention to the same zone, but it's kind of a weak setup in my opinion, because if you look at the oscillators, we're in amongst moving averages here. So what could very well happen is we just get above this area, find support, and if that happens, then you're looking for a long back to the top of this trend line. So you just need to keep that weekly picture in your head. So the bears are going to try and drive this thing down to either close on the bottom of this triangle or lower, and the bulls are going to try and get it up to the top of the triangle. So they're looking for a continuation to the upside. Bears are indicating a market a little bit tired and needs a bit of a pullback, so they're going to keep trying to push it down. So what that basically means for you and I is another day of this stupid volatility and lack of direction. But do pay attention to this area, because I'm looking at the hour. You've got the first signal here. It's a weak signal after hours, but during trading hours, the DAX, and you get more rejection here. I would argue that you'd be looking for a move down. It's indicating that the bears may actually take control of this. Okay. Yeah, it's going to take some major catalyst for us to break to the high, to the upside above 1600 at this stage. So a healthy pullback is probably what we should be anticipating, but I'm not going to second guess it, and we don't try and pick the top. So what we're looking for is to see if we can get the structure going. So it should be short. It should be short off the zone that we're in. It could be a little bit higher. There is more structure a little bit higher. You can see there's more structure there, and quite a strong bit of structure there. So just pay attention to that one as well. 15917. So 15900 is what the area you need to pay attention to on the hour. And you could play a London breakout strategy on this, which is the first hour of the German market trading. So the first hour is normally the pre-market, and use that as your range. Start breaking to the downside, looking for that short. Start breaking to the upside. I'll be skeptical, because you're probably going to bump your head against some structure up, and the series of lower highs will continue. So you'll definitely get sellers somewhere up here. So it'll be a bit of a difficult setup. I think the short setup is probably the better one at the moment. And that's kind of what I'll be waiting for. Anyway, that's kind of my view this morning. I hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you on Monday morning. Cheers for now.